Grandfather, are you there?
Yes, my boy. Come closer. What ails you?
It's the storm, Grandfather. The dreams have returned. I cannot sleep.
Let me tell you a story that will ease you to bed, my son. Long ago, when the earth was bright and green, before the dragons of fire and oil spilled their blood of the innocent.
Grandpa, you're scaring me. I don't want to hear these stories anymore.
But you must. To know what comes before is to know what comes after. Let me continue now.
Grandpa, you've been at it again at the drink, haven't you?
Silence, boy. Long ago, the gods threw a lightning bolt down to the earth, and man doth grab that lightning bolt, and he made fire. But little did he know that it was not the fire that saved them, but it was the lightning bolt. Do you understand now? What comes before is to know what comes after.
I think I understand what you're trying to say, Grandpa. You're saying combustion is the process by which a liquid or gaseous fuel is oxidized, creating carbon dioxide, water, other chemicals, and heat. And combustion of fossil fuels is currently the chief source of energy for humanity. Well, we hope to supplant much of this energy production with alternative non-carbon dioxide emitting energy technologies. We are also that
Yes,
combustion will
that's
be with us for
exactly
quite some
what
time
I'm
as a means
trying
of
to
producing
say.
heat energy.
Anyway, let me finish then my story. Renewable energy, so can we pivot to that?
Renewable energy.
Yeah, how does renewable
It
energy
works
Pivot it.
Okay, I'm gonna inbounds the ball. All right, you stand. All right, with your back to the basket, and then pivot inside foot. Pump fake. See if he jumps, and then give him the up and under. Thanks, guys. That was a basketball
great.
pivot.
Lone Star.
Lone Star. So, renewable energy. Let's see. That's
Cool.
energy that is
None of the
good
shows
for
brought
us
to you by Lone
because
Star.
we have lots of it.
It's
renewable. It's
It's
endless.
renewable. Yeah.
So does anyone have a question to start out our...
We have tons.
Well, let me just say, I'm Eric Batista. I work with Revolve Solar.
Okay.
Cool.
Tell me
we
more.
do residential and commercial solar. Got my first sale this week. It's a 10 kilowatt system. Probably saves like 8,000 trees.
Wow.
Like
What time frame?
Podcast brought
Over-
to you by Revolve Solar.
like over like 2,000 gallons of gasoline. Like
Wow.
cool shit. So
Nice.
very happy.
So what place does your market have on the revolution of renewable energy in this country?
Does Austin have?
Your organization, the product that
Yeah.
you sell.
Are you on the cutting edge of the new world?
What can you
Is
do
it only
to
in
change-
Austin, or is this a company that's like...
Yeah, so we operate in Austin. We go up to Round Rock, all the way down to San Mar.
Okay.
We also operate in California. That's just because if you're anyone who's anyone in the solar industry, you got to be
Oh,
operating
yeah.
in California.
Is that where they make the panels?
I was
Or they have-
disillusioned by
No.
California.
No.
It's
So
just business. ethics.
California, the price of electricity
hated
is absolutely
California.
ridiculous. So if you go solar in California, I mean, it's cheaper on a per kilowatt hour basis to go solar in California. So
Cool.
just for example, California,
But
they're paying,
expensive
like,
to do that, I'm assuming.
But if you don't have an electricity bill anymore, then it's not expensive. So in
Yeah.
California, they're paying 18 cents a kilowatt hour. Now you can go solar for 12 cents a kilowatt hour. That's fucking
Okay. Is
savings.
Is that coal
Yeah.
versus
Damn.
That's pulling from the grid. So right now, natural gas is the
natural
cheapest
gas?
form of production. They do have coal, but natural gas right now is just super
Fracking,
cheap.
ladies and gentlemen.
Fracking is great. That's not going to be the case.
Do you
for
feel
much
threatened
longer.
right now? Like
No.
working for your company with the new, cabinet taking over?
No, actually. So I was a little bit worried whenever Trump did get elected because he
He's a denier.
campaigned.
He's a straight denier.
Well, the Republican Party is the only party in the entire world, not just the United States, that is a denier of public.
Excellent fact.
Great point.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I was a little nervous going with Trump, getting into presidency, because he's already said he's going to eliminate the tax credit, which is 30% of you can write off on a system off your taxes. Right? So if you have a $30,000 system,
So that
10
is
grand that you get as a tax write-off that you don't have to pay on your
okay. So that is an example of a tangible thing that wouldn't have changed under a Clinton administration. So obviously, me coming from a far left perspective, I hate Hillary Clinton, but these are the types of things that under a Clinton administration we wouldn't have to fucking worry about. Now
Correct.
we have a literal fascist in our government. and now we're like,
Now,
everyone
drink,
drink.
right?
Everyone drink. So
Hail the
yeah,
Empire.
sorry to go on a tangent there, but fucking hell.
So I agree with you there. And Donald Trump did campaign on the fact that he's going to bring back coal, but a lot of it is a market driver of what we're going to be using for our electricity. People are demanding that the companies like Google, Apple, those big companies, that they're demanding that they're manufacturing in a sustainable sense. So with companies like that leading the way, there's not much the government can do. And Trump has already
So are
said,
those-
Trump has already
Well
said, he campaigned on the fact that he was gonna, bring back coal and sort of get rid of renewable. I'm doing quotations. You can't say it.
Quote,
Quote.
No one can see that.
Quote.
Eric.
But he's already changed his mind. He's already said, "Oh, I like portions of our clean energy system."
He's
We
the
don't
John
know
Kerry.
what
Yeah,
Donald
that's-
Trump is
he's a
going to
flip
do.
Okay, so that's a very optimistic perspective, and I appreciate that. But let me just step in.
Negative
Let me
Nancy.
step in here and say the same amount of influence that Mark Zuckerberg and Apple and all these these nice progressive corporations have.
Riley is a
progressive.
demon beast.
Well, I
The
guess so.
same influence have the energy transfer partners or Sunoco or ExxonMobil of the world. So these same, they're going to be opposed by the same force as these oligarchies. And as a matter of fact, Donald Trump
Oligarchies.
himself is
Excellent play.
invested $1 million in energy transfer partners. And Kelsey Warren, the CEO, has contributed, I think, 100,000 to 500,000 directly to his super PACs. So if you want to look up the definition of corruption, that is it right there. And it sounds really great to say that Elon Musk is gonna take us to Mars or whatever, but
Lone Star.
at the same time you have these fucking neoliberals and oligarchies pushing the same amount of bullshit. So I hate to be pessimistic in light of your optimism, but we need to fucking fight all of these people.
Agreed. So I also used to work for NRG Energy before I took this job. NRG Energy is the #1 polluter in the United States.
Over
Damn.
Nestle?
It's not fast fashion.
So we
That's horseshit.
This
we
is
own
fascinating. You have
we
a great
own
perspective.
or we I said we I used to work for the company that owned more coal plants and natural gas plants in the United States than anyone else. But we also did a lot of renewable energy, and companies that are in the traditional energy is what it's called. Traditional energy.
Traditional energy.
Traditional energy.
Is that like the alt-right?
Traditional energy is good for you.
So companies that have been delving in that and are still in that, like NRG is, they're switching to renewable energy because that's where the market is going, and it's just the right thing to do.
Well, do you think a company like that, who is the biggest, can they do that easily? I mean, is that like a
Can they pollute easily?
No. Can they not pollute easily? I don't know.
Unless we want rolling blackouts.
I don't want that.
No
Nobody
one wants that.
Yeah.
No,
Okay,
dude,
well.
we can
Sorry,
have
I
our
wasn't
own,
supposed
So it's hard.
can
Okay.
have
It's very
batteries.
difficult. I mean,
Yeah.
especially with people demanding electricity 24/7.
Well,
You
yeah.
can't just turn off the
Look at
the
where
coal
we are
plant.
right
You
Consumers.
gotta-
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for putting that into
Holy
perspective.
shit.
Obviously,
Yeah,
not
that's
every
crazy.
country has you know,
Well,
they
not every
brownouts, they
state
have, you know,
either,
on-off
really.
periods. So yes.
All right, so
Anyway.
is solar going to be able to, ideologically, humans will someday rely on solar strictly? You
would
think
hope.
at a certain
Absolutely,
point?
it's going to take
Even
a while.
100 years, yeah.
Yeah, it's
like
going to take a while.
sci-fi.
To Riley's point, you know, the oil companies do have their sticky fingers
Limitations
in
and
the
sticky
pot.
fingers.
Why don't they fucking work together and just move all these people who are like working in the oil and gas to the solar, and then just be like, look, you're still a hardworking guy.
Another
You can fucking
Another fun
feel
fact.
fulfilled.
Another
I don't
fun
know.
fact for you.
Hold
You're
on.
gonna love this one. If you took you're gonna love this one too. If you took the salary of
Quit texting
a
me.
CEO of one CEO from the top 10 oil companies in the
Okay.
United States, you could
The
train,
Exxon dude, Tex.
you could train every single person that works in the coal industry to work in the renewable energy industry.
Damn.
Whoa.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
See, that is
That
horseshit.
puts this like, okay, there's
Like, it's not
right,
hard.
right.
You could-
So those facts are not known.
Present, yeah.
They're
I know.
not
You know-
out
you know why
there,
that doesn't
right?
happen,
Like,
though?
isn't that just that's
Speak
just
out,
fucking
Eric.
Money
mind-boggling
out of
to me.
politics. Say it with me, everybody.
Money out of politics.
Okay,
I'm into
so
that.
check it out. wolf-pac.com.
God, this back here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get money out of politics. Constitutional amendment, constitutional
Let's get
convention.
money into my pocket.
So I have a question
I'm
for
trying
you.
to be
Like-
rich.
Backtrack a little bit. So you think, and it's like scientifically proven that people will someday be, or like scientifically probable that people could rely solely on solar energy. So from where we are now to then, like, I know I don't really know like what kind of time span we're looking at. Like, I feel like it's important to understand context because like baby steps, right? Like we have to have action steps in order to get from A to B. And like right now it's like, okay, that's a lofty goal, but like how?
Okay.
And like, I don't know. I feel like maybe this is useful, maybe it's not, but like what can people do today to help make that happen
I mean,
as a part of these
you know,
steps?
sort of doing, what we're doing right now. We can talk about it. First off is the first thing. There's action that you can take right now.
So-
You're also renting your electricity if you are a homeowner. You're renting your electricity right now.
So you can
You know,
opt to go.
So you can own your electricity. You can
you don't have to
solar.
rent. You can put solar.
You
on
can put
top
solar on top of your
of a
roof.
rented house if they allow it.
Well,
Like
person
in my
you're renting from.
complex,
I'm just-
in my apartment complex, can I
Yeah.
put solar panels just right above mine
That's
and
what
like
I'm
filter
thinking.
it in?
if you own the condo,
Yeah.
you could, but
Nah.
you do have to own the space
Me
that you're
neither.
in. What I'm
We
That's a
saying,
cool idea.
We could
Yeah.
petition our landowner to allow us that.
you could absolutely do that, and there's a lot of benefits to doing that. It'll increase the property value of the home. So there's studies out there that say, having solar on your home can increase the home's value by $4 a watt. So if you have a 10 kilowatt system, like the sale I made this week, you can add 40 grand to the value of your home.
I could just get one panel to run around with.
Could one panel? I mean, how does that work?
Swear
Also,
to
is
your
there
forehead all
a
day.
uniform panel?
Right?
Is
Okay,
there-
all
charge your
right,
phone
one
with
question
it.
at a time.
Doing my
Riley.
Yeah.
The Riley
I'm
show.
saying it, yeah.
Jordan's asking the question.
All right,
Andrew
let's focus
had
now.
my back
Okay,
here.
you
I
want to know a
agree. I
price,
wanna know.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
You
so
want to know a
what-
range.
What is
Okay.
a typical? What is your average panel,
So-
and how much can it?
So an
harness?
average home will consume 6 to 8 kilowatts of electricity.
Okay.
That would be about 25 to maybe 30 panels that you would put
Kilowatt hours?
on your home. Kilowatts.
So
Kilowatt
what?
hours is
So then you
what it
divide to
produces.
each panel. So that's like what 6,
Well,
maybe less 5 something.
So we
4
sell
something.
275 watt panels. There's a bunch of different panels. You can buy upwards of 315 watts per panel.
Okay.
Those are you're going to pay for a more efficient panel.
Right. Right.
275 right now
is
is like
the
the
spot.
spot of
Of efficient,
Efficient,
and
but
cost
also-
effective. So, boy, do you understand the story that I tell you this night? And what it means, pray tell for yourself?
Yes, grandfather, that there are many reasons why homeowners go solar, but improving the environment and cutting energy costs are the most common. And many people are aware that solar is a great efficiency upgrade and eager to reduce their carbon footprint while also improving property value. Is this correct, grandfather?
You are your father's son. Sit with me a while and let us listen to the thunder and rain.
BYOB.